G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of Bushcraft and Camping Adventures. This is the belated 1,000 subscriber celebration video. I wanted to set myself a bit of a challenge to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. I wasn't quite sure which way to go about it. So this video, the 1,000 subscriber celebration video, is going to see me sleeping, no tent, just in this shelter that I've made out in Yowie country. Now I say Yowie country because we're in Wadigans National Park. And Wadigans National Park, especially this part of Wadigans National Park, is a known hotspot for Yowie sightings. Now, you guys all know my opinions on Yowies, and if you don't, there's 2 Yowie videos before this one. So if you've watched those videos, you know what I think about the whole Yowie situation. As you'll see in the evidence from the other videos, this seems to be an area where they're frequenting. So there's something about the comfort of a tent. It's modern, it's completely sealed in, you can't see anything, so you feel like you can't be seen. It's like being in the womb. There's a certain comfort there. This, however, is very Blair Witch. This is where I'll be spending the night. For Yowie who wants to come visit, there's a big wide front door. And let me tell you, if I happen to hear something in the middle of the night, no matter what I think about Yowies being relatively peaceful, curious, intelligent, if I hear something, I might need a new pair of pants, just saying. So don't go anywhere. I got a feeling this is going to be a really fun video. Hold on tight, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do this video is kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Again, if you've seen my other videos, you're aware of the area which is a stone's throw up in that direction that has a whole lot of Yowie evidence, and it's also where I've left some gifts for Yowies over the last couple of weeks. Let's just start this thing off on a Yowie-tastic front foot and let's go check those gifts and see if anything's there. I've only actually walked about 10 meters from my shelter and I've come across something really interesting. Those of you who might have a place that you frequent, especially those bushcrafters out there that build shelters like I do and understand the bush and have a fairly close relationship with the bush, you would understand that what I'm about to say is not far-fetched. When you look around, you remember certain pieces of wood that you've left behind, that you worked on, that you were going to use for part of your shelter, you didn't use, you chucked it down. I don't know what it is, you remember it. And if you think back to my last video, there was a lot of sticks shoved in the ground. And I asked the question, is this something or am I just making things up? And a lot of people said, no, that's a thing. Explain that to me. That is one of my discarded pieces of wood, and it's been stuck in the ground, quite deep in the ground too, actually. Well, you can see about the same distance the other one was stuck in. That seems like nothing, but why? Why is that in the ground? It couldn't have fallen from up there because that was something that I placed there. I'm just saying that's weird. Again, I'm not saying proof of Yowies, I'm just saying that's weird. And you get enough weird things and you got to start thinking of the bigger picture. That's weird. Anyway, let's go check out the gifts. Okay, so we're not mucking around. I'm heading straight to the tripod. Again, if you don't know what the tripod is, pause this video, go back. There's only 2 other Yowie videos on my whole channel and watch them both. You'll understand where this is coming from. What we're looking for, just to remind you, is I left a few little bits and pieces. I left a toy car, a little stick man that I made, a piece of obsidian that if you viewers have told me in comments it was obsidian, the precious stone that I had. Thank you, that's exactly what it was. Can't believe I didn't remember that. And also a seashell. So if they're there, then they're there. If they're not, then flip out time. Untouched. Untouched. Literally untouched this time. Literally not, I mean that technically was there. Big deal. So no take on the bait. Let's continue looking around the area and see if there's any more weirdness going on with stick structures or just anything at all. I'll pick up the camera again if I see anything of note. Now, while we're walking around and just keeping our eyes open for things, I want to discuss something. And that's the bowed over trees that people say are often attributed to Yowies, Bigfoot, Sasquatches, etc. There is a type of bug, and there's also a type of fungi that can eat away at the roots of certain types of trees. And if this happens, then these certain types of trees are very prone to slowly die. And as they slowly die, they will go from being like this, and they'll slowly bow over until they die. So, I am no longer taking much stock of the bowed over trees personally. I think that there's too much coincidence and too much likelihood that it's just a natural phenomenon. If I was to see one way down, or a whole series of them, a whole bunch of them, then I would possibly rethink. But again, a whole bunch of them could just mean the area has that fungi or has that bug that's eating away at the root of that species that's all kind of in one spot. So I'm not too strong on those at the moment. You know what I absolutely love? I love the thought of a yowie. I'm not going to pretend. I love it. I reckon it's cool. Some ancient species of something, be it part man, part animal, or exclusive of one or the other. I really like the thought that I'm sharing the forest with it. And I want it to be true so badly. Will I ever see it? As I keep saying, I'm not here telling you they're real. I'm here telling you there's a possibility, and I'm having fun looking for them. And there's some odd things. And there's some odd things around. And there's some odd reports. And there's a whole lot of oddness that comes along with them. If you guys are out there, you can come hang out. It's fine. I don't mind. Just don't freak me out too much. I only bought one pair of undies. Feeling compelled to walk in this direction. Okay. I just said I'm feeling compelled to walk in this direction, and I don't know, is this something? It's quite the clearing here. What? Jeez, what is this? What's that? Okay, I'm working it out. It's nothing. I thought this tree here was resting up against that. And I'm like, where has this tree come from? There's no root base, right? So I'm thinking this is some strategically placed wood up against this tree. But look at this. All right, walk through to the other side. And turn around. Oh, no, wait. I think what it is, I think half the tree broke off there and somehow landed in this wedge and shattered either side. Either that, or some big mofo's chucked a log up there. I don't think it's that. What do you guys think? Okay, you know what this walk is fast becoming? It's proving that I'm trustworthy. Think about this. My last 2 Yowie videos have been my most successful videos, especially one. So obviously, as someone on YouTube, that motivates me to do more of them. The 3rd video I'm doing, if I was full of it, I'd find something, whoa, amazing, right? Well, I've walked, I've had a lovely walk, and I've found nothing but I'm debunking things in my head as I go. Classic example, this site right here. I think it's nothing. And let's be realistic about it. Let's not fill in gaps to fit our own story. There's a really weird ground right here, and preceded by an X on the floor. And people could say, oh, it's a nest. Let's think about this. So, there's an X. Okay? A clear X on the floor. And then, if we look to the left, you see a whole bunch of unnaturally placed debris. I'm like, what the hell? Like, seriously, what the hell? How is that all there? That's got to be some kind of something. But then check this out. This tree's dead. It's going bald up top. All the bark off this pine tree is falling to the floor. And that is why it's there. Now, if this was closer to my campsite, I could use this for roofing material, but that's quite the walk, and I'd have to do several trips. So it's not going to happen. It's a shame, actually. It's a shame, because if this was near my site, there's my roof. But the point is, I would love to make some narrative that says I found a Yowie nest. I mean, tell me if you think I have, but I don't think I have. And I want to go walk in there, but you know, Aussie bush snakes, spiders, I'll be dead. So yeah. All right, I think it's time I head back to the site, because we got to start getting ready for this sleepover with Yowies, man. We got to start getting ourselves prepared for this. All right, now before the sun goes down, we need to get ourselves a little bit ready here. We don't have a fire pit yet, and I'm still really hungry, even though I've eaten. This video is going to be called I'm Hungry. So we need to dig a fire pit. Now, those of you who are from the Yowie side of my channel, not the Bushcraft side of my channel, when you're starting a fire in the bush and you want to dig a fire pit, you have to put rocks on the bottom. The main reason for that is because all the embers and the heat from the fire can go through the ground into the root systems, and they can just smolder away, and then actually resurface somewhere else in the bush and start bushfires. So what we've got to do is we've got to get these rocks and put them in the ground and make sure that that can't happen. So that's my job now. Now, of course, if I had more rocks, I'd be doing a full fire. Of course, if I had more rocks, if I had more rocks, I would do an actual fire pit, a circle, a rock circle, a circle of rocks. I haven't eaten, man. I can't remember. I would put rocks all the way around and create a fire heat. I'd put rocks all the way around and make a heat deflector, so the heat gets trapped between the rocks and my backing here. I'd have one rock. Don't judge me. Got about half an hour of light left, and I've just got a veggie patty cooking on the stove. The tripod's all set up. Fire's very hot. The heat deflector's doing a good job. I guess I'm thinking about what to expect from tonight, and I guess there's a couple of possibilities. Number one, beautiful sleep. No problems, no dramas. Number two, I hear something, it's not something, but I think it is, and I freak myself out. Number three, I hear something, and it is what I think it is, and I freak myself out. Or number four, that a complete encounter takes place. I think option 1 plus 2 equals the winner. Nothing will happen, but then I'll hear something and it'll be nothing, but it'll freak me out. Alright, we've got ourselves a little party while we wait. Hear that? Well, I've sat here for a good 3 minutes after that, just listening. It hasn't happened again. I don't know what that was. Alright, it's time for dinner. This is the greatest. You just don't even know. If you've never eaten it, just eat it. Done. Don't talk about it. We're finished here. soon as I turned it off, it happened again. There. That. I'm hearing two of something calling back and forth to each other. I don't know what. Just two of something yahooing back and forth to each other. One louder and one further away. Come on, do it again. Yeah, there's a louder one and then there's a very faint one. Well, I've definitely recorded enough to get a, hopefully they've picked up and we can get an opinion from all you guys. If, let's just play Fantasy League for a minute here, if that was two Yowies communicating, there was not only whoops, but I heard like, as if the conversation was dynamic and they were responding to things. That could be any animal, so. Alright, I think they've gone away for now. So I'm just eating soup. So the soup's almost ready. Good timing. I'm hearing two of something calling back and forth to each other. I don't know what. Just two of something yahooing back and forth to each other. One louder and one further away. Come on, do it again. Yeah, there's a louder one and then there's a very faint one. Bowl soup. More calls. I've been sitting here for the last hour listening to whatever that thing is communicating back and forth. If this ends up being Yowie calls, I've just sat here for an hour and listened to two Yowies communicate. Still hear it. Doesn't sound human. It makes no sense as human. I don't understand what humans are doing. Even if they're partying, then they're like drunk and they're yahooing. It still doesn't make sense the way this is doing it. It's very much the close one, the far one, the close one, the far one, the close one, the far one, different times between it. I've heard this before. This is what I used to hear. This is what I heard last year. Yowies are known to potentially be a nomadic species, so perhaps they went elsewhere for seasons and they've come back here now and that's why I'm hearing them again. But that could also be any animal. So it depends on, that could literally be any animal that does that. Hibernation, anything at all, season, off season. It's kind of like very primate, but then kind of Yahoo-y. I don't know how to describe this. Well, one's called the Yahoo, right? Named after the way it sounds, maybe. I hope some of this audio comes up because if this is anything, this is good stuff. I say I've been sitting for over an hour just listening to it. Not sure what that was. Might have got the last one at the end. It sounded like 6 gunshots. It was definitely 6 gunshots. Alright, so those calls have continued for quite some time, on and off, but they've been there all night. It's time I'm going to climb into the bed. Of course, if I hear anything, see anything through the night, I'll be on the camera straight away to show you. So for the time being, assuming, well, not assuming anything that may or may not happen, it's time for bed. So I'll see ya whenever I see ya. Alright, well, that's the night survived. I didn't lose an arm or lose a pants, and as a matter of fact, I didn't even have an incident. Slept quite well. The bed was very nice. Throughout the night, heard some things. Did hear something at one point that sounded like the flapping of wings or beating of a chest, like really quick. I don't know what that was. I think the biggest event was I forgot my my jacket, and I'm cold, man. I also forgot my beanie. So I've got this, these little jackets that rolls up into nothing. It's one of those pack anywhere jackets. So put that on, that might warm me up a bit. So we need to have a fire now. But I survived. So the night was survived. And there's something I want to do before I sign off on this video, and that's just to say thank you. As I said, this was the 1,000 subscriber challenge video. So this video wouldn't have happened without 1,000 subscribers. So to everyone who subscribed at some point in the last year to 18 months, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just some dude that films stuff and does stuff, and you've tuned in to watch it, and that's kind of pretty cool. So thank you very, very much to all the support for everyone out there. Happy 1K, Woot. That's a joke for one person. She knows who she is. There's plenty more to come on this channel. I'll have a video shortly with a little bit of a discussion / announcement on something that I'm planning to do. But that'll be for another time. I'm not going to blow that one right now. But I've got some really cool things coming up. So long as I don't get killed by yowies in the bush at night, then I should be fine. So at the end of the day, not the most eventful overnight without a tent video I was hoping for. I was hoping that something else might happen. But we did get those vocalizations, and at the point of filming, I haven't looked at them, I haven't re-listened to them. I'm really not sure what they were. They went for a long time, that's all I know. They weren't just on while I was filming. There was some moments where they were really loud, single calls like woo woo, and it would go away. But it sounded like it was really close. There was 6 gunshots. I'm not sure if that picked up again at the time of recording this. I haven't gone back to edit, so I don't know if that was there, but they sounded ridiculously close, and I don't know what that was. Most people wouldn't hunt in that style, so that was really weird. But the shelter is something I'm very proud of, and it's held up, and it's kept me safe overnight, so that was really good. So thanks again, everyone who's ever tuned in and watched 1 second of any of my videos, anyone who's ever commented or liked, and of course anyone who's ever subscribed, even if you unsubscribed. Thanks for your support. Hopefully this channel just gets bigger and better. And until next time, wait. Don't say goodbye yet. I'm just packing up. It's a couple of hours after the intro you're watching right now. I just remembered something that happened last night. I saw it twice and I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just assumed that there was some other campers that had set up shop and that I had seen something from them, or that there was a gap in the trees and I was seeing all the way through to the moonlight. But it's just redawned in my head what I saw, and now in the light of day it's impossible what I saw. Okay, so down here, standing exactly where I am and pointing the camera exactly where I am, I could see off in the distance a light. Now the light looked like just a bright patch in the forest, right? Like a lit patch in the forest. And at first, when I first looked at it, I watched it for a while, and it looked like there was someone moving around or dancing around in that light. But I couldn't quite tell if it was just my eyes playing tricks with me, and it was light and shadows and, you know, trees swaying and things like that. So I disregarded it. Later on, I saw the light again, and as I was watching it, trying to work out what it was, it switched off, as if it was a headlamp. But now that I look in there, you tell me where's the gap in the trees that could let me see a headlamp from someone 150, 200 meters away. At the closest, at the extreme closest. There's nothing, man. 50 meters from here, the canopy closes out. 50 meters from here, the bushland closes up. You can't see anything through it. So what the hell did I see? I saw a light in the woods, and I saw it switch off. And there was no one near me. There can be no one near me for a long way in that direction. As I say, hundreds of meters at the extreme closest if someone's going super wild. When I leave today, I'm walking out in that direction. That's my path out. So I'm going to walk a line straight ahead, and I'm going to see if I can see anything down in that direction. Who knows, maybe by sheer coincidence someone has come out and camped near me tonight. It's a bush, it's possible, right? Everything's possible. Chalk that one up to anomalous. That's really weird. Anyway, sorry for the end of video inclusion here. Back to you saying goodbye, Craig. And until next time, it's see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.